Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back to my channel. We are continuing on with our Yuletide Carol Hanging File Folder Journal, which I have abbreviated to Yuletide Hanging File Journal. So, yesterday we folded this hanging file and we added the covers, the front and back covers. So I've gone through and chosen some paper to use for the pages and for matting everything on the cover, as well as taking care of the pockets. What I've got here is about, I think, 21 pages. I've got, I'll just go through quickly. Designer, coffee, and this is 20 pound. I've got some ledger paper, more coffee. I wanted to have plenty of writing space here. Another designer, coffee. I've got a little bag. What I've done with this little bag, it's plastic coated inside. It's not a glassine bag, it's just paper, but I trimmed off the piece here and then I opened it on this end as well. So that's what I've done there. Let's see, coffee and designer, coffee. I feel like I missed a page here. What did I do? There was supposed to be something in between here, but I don't know. Did I skip it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, the coffee stuck together. I put a doily in there. Okay, so we've got the designer page, coffee, oh come all ye faithful, and more coffee, and another designer page, coffee. Then I've got some green masking paper. It's very crinkly and I just love the sound of that. And then I did not run my designer paper through the printer or coffee dyed or anything, because this kit has a lot of white, a lot of off-white, a lot of coffee tones, the burgundy and the green, and I decided just to leave the white back, kind of give your eye a rest. But we will be attaching our ephemera to the white pages. So, and then I've used this music page for the center of this. Okay, so we've got that. So let's go ahead and work on this. I've gone through my checklist. I've made some mistakes and added some things, but I think I've got everything kind of mapped out of what I'd like to do, and I reserve the right to change my mind, as always. If you want a copy of the checklist, you can go to my Facebook group, which the link is below, and in the file section you will find, I believe it just says Junk Journal Checklist. I believe that's what it's called. Just some of the things that I like to always include in the journal. So I've got this for a pocket, which is actually upside down, so I'm glad I caught that. I've got these two that I want to put on this as the back page for this. And I did run some micropore tape down the center and ink that really well. And I just see on the other side I need to add a little bit more on the edge here, just to tone down that red, because it's pretty bright. And let's I got the papers for the edges. In fact, I think I'll just go ahead and do this one first. I mean, I am going to ink around all these pieces. It just kind of helps it blend in with the background a little bit better when you have the ink on both pieces. And I have gone around this piece. So let's attach that piece, and then we can glue down that pocket. Well, we'll want to put this one on first, and then we'll glue down the pocket. But let's get this on. Now this is a little bit bigger. I believe this piece was 2 inches, and then the piece on this side is 1 3/4 inches, because I used some of that 1/4 inch for the wrap around little gusset area. And of course I didn't want to have a piece of paper going over that, so let's turn this around this way so I can see it. Let's see, which way do I want it? I guess it doesn't really matter, so I'm just going to go this way. Center that. Should be about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. There we go. Okay, we'll go ahead and ink around this one. And I will fast forward all the inking today. I'm going to try and get as much done as possible because I have a couple of more projects that I wanted to get in this month, and it took longer than I thought for the multiples. So, all right, I'm going to put that at the bottom. All right, get that in here. Probably didn't need to make this piece as big as I did, but I just cut them all the same. So, but I didn't really need to mat all the way inside that pocket. And you can see not very much of this tape is going to show. Once we get the signatures sewn in and everything, it's not going to make a difference. All right, let's go ahead and close this pocket. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of clips on here because this is kind of thick. It is attaching to the paper below, so it should stick okay, but I want to make sure. All right, so let's go ahead. And then I have a pocket for here. I've got paper clips everywhere. All right, let's punch a hole in this. Okay, make sure it's the right way up. This piece is 6, I believe. Is it 6 inches? 5 3/4. Okay, so half of 5 3/4 is going to be, I do this every time. So half of 4 is 2, right? Minus 1/8. So 1 7/8. That does not look right. 2 7/8. Yes, that looks right. Double check yourself here. All right. So that is going to go here. And I think I'm going to pull out some of this that we dyed. I'm not sure which one I want. Do I want the darker, this one's almost like a mocha color, and then this one is the coffee/tea dyed one. I think I like that one better for the moment, but you know, we can use more than one. Of course, it's all tangled because, you know, I didn't plan ahead. All right, let's get that out. Get this back in here. All right, so I'm going to take that off. I think that's good and stuck now. You know what, before I put the ribbon on, I think I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. You know, I need to decide what I want to do with the closure first. Okay, if I do a circle closure like Cindy did, and I'm sorry I called her Betty or Betsy yesterday. Her name is Cindy. We'll want to put a brad through the center of it and then cover it up with this here. But I think I'm going to do eyelets, and if I do the eyelets, then I'll be able to hang a charm from the piece in between. So I think I'm going to do 2 eyelets, so I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. I'm not going to worry about covering up the back of the brad. So don't be afraid to take somebody's idea and modify it. I mean, that's what everybody does. They're like, they see something and they just, you know, think, oh, that would be, you know, I could do this way, or I could do that way. How do you think things are invented? Somebody did it different and they made this work, and then someone decided, ooh, I could use that over here and make this work. And I love it. I love that we are able to see everybody's creations on YouTube. I didn't watch YouTube for a long time because I thought it was just garbage, because that's what my kids were watching, a bunch of nonsense. And, you know, nothing ugly or anything like that, but just a lot of noise, a lot of skateboards and people falling down. It was like a never-ending episode of, what's that show? Bob Saget show about the funniest videos or whatever. Never did care for that show. But I didn't know. I just found out by accident. Somebody said, have you looked on YouTube? And I was like, no, I don't watch YouTube. And then I discovered that they had quilt videos. I think Missouri Star Quilt Company was the first thing I discovered on YouTube. And then I was hooked. Because then I was like, oh, well, I wonder if they have videos about, you know, this and or that, or, you know, it'll give me recommendations of things that I enjoyed. And one day I got a recommendation for loom knitting, which I had never even heard of. I started loom knitting. I learned how to do it on YouTube. I learned how to do tatting on YouTube from Linda Price. Hi, Linda, if you're watching. You know, it's just a cool thing. Now, my husband repairs the house using YouTube, which is funny. So, it is a cool thing. Well, it can be a cool thing. Alright, and this community right here, you guys, I love you guys so much because you are awesome people. I have never met such kind, generous people in my entire life. It's been a pleasure. I've been on YouTube for 2 years now, I guess. It says 2012, but I think that's when I discovered the quilting videos and made an account. But I didn't start posting videos until after our 25th anniversary cruise, which was October of 2018, when I posted that first video, and I was scared to death. And now I actually, you know, look forward to getting on here, talking to you guys. At first it was kind of awkward. Even though you know you can delete it, it's still weird. I don't know. On my hands today again. I don't mind getting a little dirty. Alright, so we've got that all done. So we've got a pocket here, flap here. We're going to put eyelets here. I'll do that at the end. We've got our cover. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. I will probably run something down, maybe a piece of fabric. I have that. This linen fabric from the tablecloth. So I'm not sure this piece is wide enough. I might have to get a bigger piece, yeah. So it would, I don't want to cover up anything, but probably need at least 2 inches, 1 3/4 inches. And all right, so we can start decorating. So let's run some lace along here. Let me get that out of the way. Get my glue here. I don't want to put lace on the end pages because I'm going to have to wait and see. Once I sew it in, we'll see how far it comes out. Because already I've got a lot of pages in here, so this is going to come out almost to the edge. I don't know if you can see that, but it staggers as you get, because each layer takes up room. So I maybe have, well, it's right up to that edge. So yeah, I don't think I want to run lace on the edge of that. And I definitely don't want to run lace here, because that's just going to get smashed every time. So I'm going to run it on the edge of the pocket. I cleaned this off yesterday and everything came off. Well, I have it's a little tiny bit on there. It came off in like one big sheet of glue. Reminded me of when we were kids and we used to put glue in the palm of our hand and let it dry just so we could peel it off, so we could get our fingerprints and stuff. Crazy stuff we used to do. Yeah, I like that color. I do like this. And then I am going to come back. Well, let's see. Yeah, I'm probably going to come back and run some bling along there too, because I did not get it out. And then some of the other pages we will. All right, so let's run some along the bottom here. This is kind of thick. Maybe I should just go up here. And we're going to let that hang off the bottom just a peekaboo there. I'm trying not to get too much glue on my fingers today. We'll see how well that works out. Just a smidge. Looks pretty even. Okay. I kind of like it when things are kind of peeking out the bottom a little bit. Alright, so let's trim that there. Okay. So there we have our two back pockets. Alright, so what's next? Okay, so take 2 on the envelopes. Choose a random background. Don't choose stripes, and measure twice, cut once. Alright, I'm going to edit out the part that I just did. But let me just tell you, this is not a good envelope. This is cut perfectly straight, but the stripes on the paper, not perfectly diagonal. So this would really bother me. It's kind of like that Knott's Berry Farm used to have a crooked shack, and you would walk in it and everything was sideways. It reminds me of. And then I did this one and measured wrong. So we're trying again. All right. So 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. Let me double check my measurements. Yes, on this one. And yes, on this one. And these are 8 1/4 square, and we're going to score at 3 3/8. Now I'm going to double check that on here in the light. Yeah, 3 3/8, not 3 5/8. 3 and 1 2 3 eighths. There we go. Punch and score. And I've said this before, just take your time with the scoring. Sometimes these cardstocks have a tendency, the thicker papers anyway, of the scrapbook papers have a tendency to crack. So take your time scoring. You want to score on the right side and fold away. So now this one, we're going to line it up with the score guide. Punch and score. And take your time. I don't want to rip the paper. I just want to make an indentation. All right, we're going to rotate. We're back to 3 3/8. Don't have to measure, just line up your score with the score guide. You only have to measure the first time. I really, really love the scoreboard. I am so glad that I got it. I think I got it at Tuesday Morning for like 12 bucks a while back. I don't remember exactly. It might have been on sale for $9.99 or something. I don't know. But so glad I bought it because I use it all the time. And we're going to punch that last one and score this flap. Like so. And fold. And I'm just going to fold these for now. I'll trim it down in a minute. But oh, that is much better than that last one. I really like that. This is a pretty paper. Okay, so let's do this one really quickly. I'll fast forward this one. So I like to, as you know, cut this piece off. So let's, my pencil here. I'm just going to line up where these two meet and where these two meet and draw a line. Same thing on this one. And now we will cut that piece off. Alright, so let's go ahead and glue these together. I'm only going to put glue on this piece here. Okay, do this one. So I want to ink these. So I am not going to use, I'm not going to re-ink. I think there's enough on here. That one's just a little darker. Okay, so what do we want to do on these? Well, first off, I think I'm going to run some lace along the bottom, as I usually do. And then I think I'll do like a little cluster on this side. So let's do, now they usually are clipped to the page sideways. So I could put a little tuck spot there if I wanted to. I think I'm gonna put the lace on here first and see where we go. Okay, now on these I usually like to take, there's a little hole in each of these little eye-shaped motifs, and I'll usually try and line those up with the edge so that I know I'm about straight. There we go. Okay, cut that off like that. And I think I am going to put something on there. So where are those cards that I had? I've got these pieces. There again, okay, here's a horizontal one. But these are going to be attached on the page like that. One will be that way, one will be that way. So we could put this little girl on there. That would be cute. Don't have to be oh, I like this one too. Let's put this one here. That one would be good there. Let's do that. All right, so what can we put behind those? Put some lace back there. It's not going to show up as well on this one as it is on that one, but I think I'm almost want to put lace on the whole thing. No, I'm not. I'm going to just put lace around the edges of this. So let's ink this. Can't really see that on there either. All right, so let's cut around this. So you could use cheesecloth as well. So I'm just going to tack this down. It doesn't really matter which one's which, so I'm going to tack this down right in the middle. I don't want it to show, so I'm just going to do it where the card would be. That's kind of a big piece. I think I'll trim it on the edge. Apparently I didn't put enough glue on there. It's not sticking at all. Yeah, a little bit is okay. All right, and then I will trim this off this way. All right. So let's get some glue on here. A little bit more glue than I normally would use so that can go through the lace. And just center top to bottom and left to right. I'm putting it a little closer to the lace, but that's because the lace is coming over the edge, but that'll work. There's that joy again that I saved from yesterday. All right, I'm just going to hold that down for a second. You know what this reminds me, and I might have said this before. Do you remember when we were kids and we used to buy that stuff in a tube with a straw and make those giant bubbles? It smelled like this. It smelled like acetate, and that's what it reminds me of when I'm trying to get it off the tip of the bottle and put it in the trash. It just reminds me of those. I don't remember what those were called, but I used to always be disappointed that they didn't, last. You couldn't keep them. You blow them up and then you pop them, or they would deflate anyway. So, all right, let's get that on there. What are you guys binge watching right now? I need some ideas. I've run out of, I know some of the shows are back on that we watched, like NCIS. Bull was weird. But I had some Netflix stuff that I was watching and just waiting for those. You know, Netflix seasons are so short, just 10 episodes, 8 or 10 episodes. So I'm just curious what you guys are binge watching. I can always use some extra ideas. Trim this off. There we go. All right. So let's flip these over. Now I want to make sure these stay the same direction. So I think I'm going to do a little square. Since I have this, maybe I'll do it like that and just kind of let it sit up, and then I'll maybe circle punch something. Or let's look, you know what, let's look on the ephemera. How these ephemera sheets. I don't think my hole punch is big enough for this. But these are that one tag page, because this would be cute as a circle punch, but I don't think that'll all fit in my 1-inch punch. And I didn't get the bigger punch. Let's see. Oh, it does. It does fit, but by the time I get there, then you can see I've got a little bit of that white on the bottom. And I don't want to cut off, and that doesn't work because the M is cut off or the S is cut off Christmas. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, we've got these. I didn't use this sheet last time, I don't think so. If we choose some, this one doesn't have a number on it. We could use that. And this one doesn't have a number on it. We could always use 24. Yeah, because all the other ones have numbers. Let's get that Santa. I like him. So I'm just going to cut through here. And yeah, it looks like all the other ones have numbers. But there is this gold one we could add. Oh, there's a season's greetings. Let's do that. Well, if it fits. Let's see. I'm going to cut over here, guys. I just want to get to where this is. I got season's greeting. I probably need to get closer. All right, let's see what we can do. I definitely know I want Santa. So let's get him in there. Yeah, he's a cute Santa. Nice rosy cheeks, like the night before Christmas. Okay, so we got him. He'll kind of get lost over here. I think he'd fit better over here. And then this one would work better over there if we can make it work. Let's cross our fingers. Oh, I think I can. Maybe. Right on the edge, but I think I can cut off a little bit of the capital S. I think I'm going to make it work. Oh, I cut it out pretty much spot on in the middle. Okay, so that one's going to go there. That's what we got. So, all right, so let's do that then. We can have this like that. So it's like a little, almost like a little banner. I'm crafting on the fly here, guys. Sometimes I sit down and I go through and I plan all this out before I record, and sometimes I just cut the components and I think, well, I'll make it up as I go, because I get tired of doing the same things over and over. And so, I mean, it's the same but different, right? Okay, so let's put glue on the back of this, and a lot of it. Well, yeah, that's okay. We're gonna put enough. Ooh, I got a big blob. We want it to go through that lace. And I could staple this lace, couldn't I? So that it stays like that. And we can put that there. Oops. Let's try it this way. Then I don't have to worry about that. Do I want it this way? Doesn't really matter. But let's get that down before it dries. And then I'm just going to kind of center it. Is it straight? Yeah, now I'm going to use my clips for this because I want this to be good and stuck, because it's going to be interactive. So I don't want that coming up when you open the envelope. So let's just leave that on there like that. Especially on this lace parse. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. So let's do this one. Staple this down like we did that one. And see, I'm using the scrap. This is the scrap that was, that we cut off that top, actually. Okay. Move that over here so you can see this. I think I will go ahead and tack this down real quick. I didn't do that on the last one, but it probably would have been easier. And we'll ink Santa. Okay. Get some glue on him. Gosh, it seems like I've been recording for a long time and the camera never popped off. I hope I'm recording. Let's get that there. Just like that. To get a couple more clips. Oh, it says I have 1 minute and 49 seconds. So I think I'll call that done, guys, and we'll be back next time with more. So thanks for watching.